At 6:02, we turn now to our breaking news from overnight. A suspect shot and killed during a shootout with deputies.
This all started around 10:30 last night with a shoplifting call. Brittany Ford is live at the North Harris County Walmart parking lot where it all happened. Brittany, you're learning deputies quickly caught up with the two guys who took off.
Well, Kim and Steph, good morning to you. The good news here is that all these suspects involved in the shooting, or rather shoplifting that led to a shooting, have been taken into custody. Now, authorities say that it started after employees here at the Walmart caught the group stealing and called police. Take a look. We have video to show you what things look like just around 10:30 last night when this occurred at the Walmart in North Harris County that we're at this morning. Authorities say two Precinct 4 constable deputies tried to pull the suspects over when one of the guys jumped out of the car and started firing shots at the officers. Now, the two deputies then fired back, shooting and killing that man. We're told the deputies involved were not injured. The two other suspects in the car drove away, but again, were quickly located by authorities and are now in custody. Again, some good news here is that the deputies involved were not injured. Kim, I'm gonna send it back to you.
Some silver lining for us this morning. Brittany Ford live for us. Thank you. And of course, we're staying on top of that situation as they search for the other suspect. You can find the latest information on KHOU.com or on our KHOU 11 mobile app. This week, kids will begin heading back to school in our area, and classes are starting as COVID-19 cases continue to surge.
Health experts say they are seeing more kids hospitalized than ever before. So just how bad is it? Anieli Ruiz connects the dots.
COVID-19 cases are surging in kids in the U.S. just as students head back to school. But just how bad is it? Let's connect the dots. A new report from the American Academy of Pediatrics found that COVID-19 cases in children were up 84% in the last week of July. That means that 72,000 kids tested positive for COVID. They now make up 19% of the positive cases. And while severe illness in children is still unlikely, that doesn't mean kids are not getting hospitalized. From Tennessee to Texas, health departments are reporting that pediatric hospitals are filling up. Part of the problem is not just the increase in child COVID cases, but also another severe respiratory virus, RSV. Normally a winter worry, RSV is now sweeping through during the summer, sending kids to the hospital. That means pediatric hospitals are seeing their ICUs fill up with both COVID and RSV cases. All of this is happening as kids head back to school. In Georgia, the largest school system, Gwinnett, went back to school last week. In the first 3 days, 253 COVID cases were reported. Masks are mandated on all campuses in Gwinnett, but the head of the CDC says outbreaks found in school and camps were in places where prevention strategies were not being used. Connecting the dots, I'm Anieli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
Anieli, thanks. Now let's get you caught up on some of your other coronavirus headlines this morning. Counting down from number 3, COVID hospitalizations in the state are skyrocketing. More than 9,000 people statewide are in hospitals with COVID-19. That's the most we've seen in nearly 6 months. On to number 2. Europe's drug regulator is recommending that 3 more reactions be added as possible side effects of the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. These are low blood platelets, dizziness, and ringing in the ears, bringing us to number 1. Fort Bend ISD will allow limited enrollment into virtual schooling due to the rise in COVID cases. In-person learning is still starting on Wednesday, with virtual learning coming later this month. KHOU 11 is your dedicated education station. Text the word school to 713-526-1111 and we'll send you back some helpful back to school information to get you ready for the upcoming school year.
I'm Stephanie Whitfield. Hospitals in the Texas Medical Center are dealing with a surge in COVID-19 patients. On top of that, there's a shortage of nurses.
Healthcare workers throughout the country are tired.
The Houston Emergency Nurses Association tells us there are a few reasons they're stretched thin. Some are leaving to take travel nurse positions that pay more elsewhere. A lot of ER nurses are also burned out and choosing different assignments that don't involve COVID patients.
Houston police are searching for 20-year-old Shawteria Waits. She's been missing for 2 weeks now and was last seen at an apartment complex on Chimney Rock near Braeswood. Police say her friends dropped her off while they went to the store.
A Chicago police officer is the latest victim of a deadly weekend in the Windy City. 29-year-old officer Ella French was killed during a routine traffic stop Saturday night. Her partner was seriously injured in a shootout with a gunman. Officers shot one of the suspects and arrested 3 others.
U.S. senators plan to stay in D.C. as long as it takes to get the $1 trillion infrastructure bill passed. It has bipartisan support, but a few Republicans are holding out.